Hi everybody. A couple of weeks ago I did a video using Country Craft Creations, their new embellishment templates. And while I was doing that, I shared the thought process that I had of using up some leftover dried flowers. So I had a chance to play for a little bit and I did up some samples. And I also have some pieces set aside so we can make a quick one together. We all have these leftover dried flowers, and mine are sitting in these giant mason jars, and I just feel bad that I'm just letting them sit there. So this was my thought. So this is the template set. Actually, this is template set number 1, the embellishment template set. And this is for making the 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inch cards, or even smaller if you want to cut your card smaller and a little bit more square. And of course, it has the little bits in here too. I think I'm missing a star out of this one, maybe. And then this is the larger template set. And this is template set number 2. And again, it has the heart and the circle, square, star. And then there's a smaller heart that goes with that set also. So this is what I came up with. A gift enclosure card. So much fun to make. I had such a good time making these and using up all my little flowers. And believe it or not, when I cut the stems off of some of the flowers that I had, I even used the stems and I kind of squiggled them up and threw those in there too. So I didn't even waste my stems. So this is the little gift enclosure card that I made. And this is using an old line. Of course, we're using up our old stuff, right? So this is the paper that I used with all of these cards is from Cartabella's Spring Market. And this is from like, oh my gosh, you guys, maybe 2019, 2018, something like that. But to tell you the truth, they have come out with those Flora lines. And they started with Flora, and I think they might be up to Flora number 4 even. And I heard rumor, and I'm not quite sure yet, that they are actually doing a Christmas Flora line this year, which would be beautiful. But this is using up all my leftover bits from that. So this is a gift enclosure card. This is the heart template on and this is from set number 1. This is using the 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inch template. And then this one is using, oh my gosh, I just love this one. I almost want to frame it and put it on the wall. It turned out just so pretty. I wasn't expecting it to just be that beautiful when I got done. You guys, can you imagine this on a cover of a book? Wouldn't that be beautiful? Or like I said, if they actually come out, if they're actually coming out with that floral line for Christmas, oh my gosh, would that be gorgeous to do some Christmas gifts even, just with some paper flowers and the templates. This, of course, is done with the larger. This is done with the larger heart from set number 2. You can see that there is quite a vast difference between the two sizes. And I really enjoy using both sizes. I must admit that one of two things has to happen for me with some of these cards. Either I'm going to have to enclose them with the gift or send them with a gift, or I'm going to have to do some envelopes. So some of us have the envelope maker, or you can hand make some envelopes. But maybe we can get to that in another video. This one too, same with this one, maybe hand making an envelope or using the We Are Memory Keepers envelope maker punch board would be a great idea. I have to admit, this was the first one I did, and I really liked adding the pop of color here on these two. I think it gave it a little bit of something and framed out the center part a bit better. But my gosh, I really, really like them. This one I'm just in love with. I have to admit, I'm using up our bits. Who would think that we could make such amazing, amazing things? So that being said, I'm going to push these aside here. And I have set aside, I pulled some other flowers out of my goodies, and this is kind of a pink, a little bit more pink than that dusty rose one I did before. And again, I am going to use the that same paper line. I'm not quite sure how I'll end up using my parts, but we'll play with that and see how things go. So I think this time around, I was trying to decide. I'm really into doing these hearts with these flowers, I'm not going to lie, but I think I'm going to give the circle a go and see how a circle turns out using the flowers. I can't imagine that it won't be so pretty, just like the other ones. So we all have these leftovers, especially like Graphic 45, even, gosh, you know, the old school, we had the real flat flowers or punching flowers, paper flowers, right? From actually matching our paper lines themselves. Wouldn't they be fun to use? I just grabbed what was out of my jar, but I keep thinking, I have all these thoughts about what's up next, you know, what to do next, what to do next. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some tape, and this is just some repositionable tape. There's several different companies that make it. I'm going to line this up using my scoreboard. I have used my small spacers too, you guys. I'm not sure if any of you have the small spacers that are watching, but these are a great tool in themselves. These are the small spacers that are sold by Country Craft Creations, and they work wonderfully too and keep everything square. So what I'm trying to accomplish is getting this panel onto this base, that it's kind of centered, that I have it centered. And that to me looks like it's going to be it. But in order for me, this is spaced perfectly at the, oops, I'm going to put that back in here. But this is spaced perfectly, so I'm just going to pull these out. I'm going to take this and line it up right into the corner, and I'm going to pull up with those. Now this panel that I'm working with, I wrote it right on the back here, is 3 3/4 by 5, and that's because I want to have some of the beautiful trim paper showing, just like the other ones. And look at how perfectly that's in complete orientation with using these spacers. So that worked out really well. I'm going to put these aside real quick. So I'm pull this to the center here, and I think I'm just going to work right on this board as long as it's here, may as well. And I'm just going to start playing with some flowers here. Let me see here. Now what I did also was I used some little gems. You can kind of see them, they're tucked in here. And to me, when I do that around the edge of what I'm working with, it just completes the shape and keeps it all looking like it's right in line, and kind of holds the shape of the items that you're working with inside. So that's kind of cute there. Let's see here. These are kind of tall. Let me see if I can mush this down here a little bit. There we go. Not much, but a little bit. Okay. One. Oh, I like these little spiky guys all kind of grouped together maybe. This guy over here. One down here. So what are you guys doing? It's 4th of July weekend. Well, right before 4th of July, I should say. I know probably a lot of people are getting ready to hang out with family and friends and celebrate our country's independence, which is such a wonderful privilege that we have, right? And worth celebrating every single moment. I kind of like just that. Look at it, just kind of plopped them in there, and I like these three together. I'm going to stand up and take a look at it from on top. That's not too bad. Let me see here. So, like I was saying, I cut off the stems, which kind of look like this, and I kind of had fun. I was coiling them up. So just kind of pulling them out then after I coiled some of them. I just wrapped them around a pokey tool. Probably cut that one in half. Ooh, I do have some leaves here too. I forgot about these. Maybe I'll cut these apart and tuck some of these in also. Let me see what I can do here. Okay, so I'm going to start by putting these down with good old art glitter glue. Look at this bottle, you guys. It's looking really sad, but boy, oh boy, I like this size bottle because sometimes I can't squeeze real hard, and I like that size for the weight of the bottle too. I'm going to push that down a little bit. Let's see here. Put this guy down next. Make sure I'm staying in the circle. Oh my gosh, if you guys hear a little bit of thumping music, my husband is a pinball guy. He has pinball machines, and so he has friends over tonight, and I'm sitting here and I'm hearing the thumping of the music down there. You might get a little hint of that. You also might hear some dog barking once in a while here. Oh gosh. It rained all day here today in Georgia, at least in the Cumming area. I live north of Atlanta, and it was a rainy day, but it can just get it all out of its system before we have our 4th of July celebrations coming up here. Push that down just a little bit. I think I am going to take part of this leaf and tuck it in underneath. See what I can do here. Don't be afraid to cut on your flowers and your it's paper, so don't be afraid to cut. I'm just gonna see if I can shape like a little leaf. Doesn't have to be perfect, just a little nub on the top there, kind of shaped a little bit. See if I can tuck this in underneath here. This one I did not put down yet. Got that. Let's see here. Boy, oh boy, good old art glitter glue. It dries really fast. I like the curve of this going up. Let's see if I can find a... let's see here. See if I can roll this a little bit in the opposite direction. So that's curling the other way, or it gets a little bit flatter maybe. Oh, nope, it's just the way it is. gosh. The day flew by for me again today. I feel like I blink and the days are passing me by, but that's okay. At least it's all good. I tried to get to this a little bit earlier. I wanted to do it on Wednesday, but I started working on the samples and my neuropathy was so stinking bad. It just is crazy. One day it's fine and I'm good to go, and it just comes and goes so quickly. And I just started struggling so badly that I thought, I'm not doing this. So I spent my time cutting papers and doing a couple other things that I wanted to start working on, and I kind of gave up the ghost on working on this small, intricate stuff on Wednesday. But that's okay. I caught up with it today. This evening is just fine. I think Country Craft Creations is having quite a bit of a event with the 4th of July coming. How exciting is that? I'll have to try and get on there and hop around and see what some of the wonderful designers are working on. It's always nice to have something to do when you have a few moments. Okay, squish that down a bit. I need to get some green in here now, I think. Tuck it in. That'll work. Get it in there a little bit better with the tweezers. Excuse me if my porcupine head gets in the way, and please let me know again, like this is my second time doing this, so if you can let me know if I'm talking too fast, if I'm driving you crazy, if I'm going too slow, whatever. I'm more than willing to try and adjust to the needs of you guys. I am not sure what else to say about that, because I have to admit I'm still a little freaked out about all this, but I'm having fun, so that's what's most important. Who wouldn't have fun, right? I think I'm going to put that one in there a little bit more. Push down. Oh my gosh, how fun. And then what I did, like I said earlier, is I go in and I just put some little gems. Oops, come on, guy. Some little gems down. And just kind of fill in. Where I think it's going to need a little bit on the edges. And kind of what I did earlier with my other samples is I went ahead and glued everything to this, to the base of where I want to work, which is this piece here. And then I just pushed it aside and I didn't even take the template off around it. And there's a barking dog. I didn't even take the template off until after I put the rest of the card together. So I gave it some time to sit. Let me see here. Let's pull out good old Tim Holtz scissors. You don't have to worry about cutting stuff, although I just lost my little piece. Oh, there it is. Let's see here. May as well use all of it, right? I thought some little squiggles would look cute in here. Let's see this guy. Oh my goodness, that's my little Yorkie's going crazy down there. Ay, 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 ay. My daughter must be getting home from work. It's the only thing I can think of. Let's see here. I have some more. These little guys. Oh my gosh, he's just barking up a storm. Ooh, this one's really big. Oh, it might look cute. Let me cut a couple of these apart. And again, since our glitter glue dries clear and we can't have too much glue on these flowers, really, they kind of, with their odd-shaped bases, kind of could use a little bit extra, I would think, to help tack them in. Let's see here. There we go. Maybe one more. Okay. There we go. That's kind of fun. And now I'm going to pull out some. I have some of these. They're like an ivory. I was thinking of pearls, but then, oh boy, I can't feel this. Give me a second. But I decided to go with the gem looking ones, just like I did on the other. There we go. I got it. I think I did anyway. There we are. And Tamara at Country Craft Creations sells packages of these, and she has all kinds of beautiful colors. These are just two that I picked up for $3.50, you guys. You just get a ton of them in there. And I really like these too because they have some that are even a little bit larger. So, and this is by Buttons Galore and More. And I just picked these up when I happened to be in Utah for the last retreat. And these were two colors. This is a beautiful, beautiful golden yellow. And I didn't really have anything like this. I almost think of this as a denim-y blue with maybe a little bit. And I like the iridescent. I like the purple look on those blues. So I grabbed these two while I was there. And I am just going to use up some of mine that I have here in my little pot. I'm just going to do this. Where did my little tray go? Of course, it's not here. I'm supposed to have a handy little tray. I'll just grab this lid. Hold on just a second. Grab this lid off of this. There we have it. All my little Doodlebug paper clips in here, you guys. They make these adorable little paper clips. That darn Doodlebug, you know, they are always coming up with something cute and cuter, and you just have to keep getting all the little things. But they have these adorable little paper clips, and I just love them. I use them in all kinds of little projects. I like them a lot. I'm going to pull out I have this little picker that helps me. There's several of these too that are available out there. This is kind of like a little bit larger. I can put him here. Yep. Medium size one. Yep. much glue. There, it popped. Let me see here. See if I can get a baby one in here. Excuse me, I'm going to turn this a bit. Oh, I got to try and get something right there too. I can see. And I'm going to want something right there. A bit bigger one up here. Let's see here. The other thing that I was going to haul out, and I didn't do it, but I'm going to. I don't know if any of you do diamond dots. But diamond dots, and if you're not familiar with them, but they're little tiny gems, and they are faceted gems that you use, and you do almost, and the mat or what you're creating is sticky. It has a tack to it. And then you take these gems and you use a similar tool to this, and you just place them, and it's like paint by number with gems. So those are teeny tiny. And the next time I do a card, I'll probably pull some of those out because they're teeny tiny. And the one template that I have not used yet is the star, because I was thinking to myself, what can I use that's that small that will help with that point of the star? Because when you're working with flowers and stuff, and you're working with the heart or the circle, of course the circle is breezy, but the heart or the square, like this one, I just turned the leaf so that it came down and it made the point of the heart. Same with this one, I made the point of the heart. This one, I used the whole leaf of the flower and it came down and kind of made the point of the heart. So that being said, I kept thinking, what can I use that's small enough inside of those tiny star points? And I thought, gosh, what about my leftover diamond dots? Because when you get done with a kit, you have leftovers, and they're really tiny. I was going to say, I don't think it clogged that fast. They're really, really tiny. And so I'm thinking to myself, I'm going to pull those out. The good thing about that, though, is that they have now done like a free-form diamond dot kit. So you can buy these diamond dots separately now, and they're just these teeny tiny, even smaller than some of these. So I'm going to haul out some of those and see if I can't use some of those to get into the points of those stars. Okay, so let me take a look here. See what you think. It kind of has some, kind of got a little bit of a hole there, but that's not bothering me so much. Usually that would bother me a little bit more than it is. But it's all within the circle, so I'm happy with that. So I'm going to set this aside. I'll pull these over here. And I'm going to grab out, put this up here. I'm going to grab my papers that I had pre-cut. So this I'm working with the 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inch card base. So when you cut your panel, it's going to be 5 1/2 by 8.5 like this, and then I scored at 4 1/4, the half of the 8.5. Folding it in this direction. Get rid of this here a little out of the way. These are another one of my favorites, are these wonderful Teflon tools that Tamara carries. The reason why I like them so much is, for me, they leave a little bit, when you're working on black cardstock, or if you're working on a darker cardstock, okay, that's not even, so I got to trim that up. Oftentimes when you go to burnish something, your burnishing tool will leave a mark. And these Teflon ones never leave a mark. Get out my handy dandy Tim Holtz trimmer, and I'm just going to take that off. Square it up. Not quite sure what happened there, but that's okay. We got it. And I'm going to do the internal pieces first. Let me see here. This is the larger one for exterior. I am going to have to see, because I don't know how I want to. My inside panel, I make a little bit smaller than my exterior panel. This one is 3.5 by 4 3/4. And then this is just a 1/8 of an inch larger all the way around. But I'm trying to decide, do I want to put that on the dark? Actually, this one, go here. What do you got? What do you think here? I kind of think I like the dark. It's too bad that we lose some of that floral. I really do. I like the dark. I think that the dark really gives it a pop. Helps. Yeah, I like the dark, so I'm going to do that. Helps just pull everything out. And here again, I'm going to take my Easy Runner. Love these things. Now, I didn't pop anything up. I love to give stuff dimension. And a lot of times, if you watch the last video, a lot of times I will just, I will actually, I've got crooked. I will actually pop up a whole panel just to give dimension. But in this case, with these florals, they have so much dimension already that I certainly didn't want to do that. So let's get this one on here. Oh boy, what did I do? Did I cut this panel wrong? No, I must have made it longer. Well, I don't like that, so I'm gonna fix what my boo-boo. So let me square this up. And again, this Tim Holtz trimmer does the trick. I will just line this edge, this pink edge of my paper up with the edge of this plastic. I'm not sure if you guys can see this. With the edge of the plastic guide. And then I'm going to go down and look. It just makes it perfect. Gosh, these trimmers, especially my guillotine one like this, I use this all the time for card making. It just helps me fix my boo-boos without a problem. And there's always a way to find a guide on a trimmer too, a small guide to help with that. So I got this panel. I think what I'm going to do to add a little something, something. So I think I'm going to take this, trim a little line so that that continues. But I have to trim this off. Here it goes. Here it goes. I'm going to try it. Now there's two ways I do this. One way is this, if I can get it to line up, and I think I'm going to be good, then I don't really worry about it. If not, what I'll do is I'll take a longer piece of paper, kind of like this, and I'll put some temporary adhesive right here and hold it that way. I think I'll be okay the other way, but kind of hold it and glide it in, and that way I can hold it exactly where I want it to be. Maybe I will do this. I can hold it exactly where I want it to be and cut it, and I can keep it all square just by following the lines on my cutter to keep it all square. So I think I am going to do that. I'm just going to take a couple little strips of adhesive. Keep it square. Let's see here. Keep it square by looking at the paper going across and the length of the paper here, the length of my piece of scrap. And I'm going to slide it in. And I'm going to give it a go. Oh, nope, came out crooked. Got to do it again. This one will line up there. I think it just slid as it was cutting. There we go. That'll do it. Okay. And I'm going to put that little trim at the bottom with a little space. So let's do this first. Get this up here. Gosh, I hope I'm in frame. See, this is where I don't know what I'm doing. I hope I'm in frame. Okay, and now I'm going to just take this, a little bit of glitter glue on here. Okay. There we go. That looks kind of cool. I kind of like the way that turned out. Since I miscut the paper, I may as well keep using it. I don't have that many scraps left. What I did have was I had a whole sticker sheet. I must have bought 2 packs of this. I think I did use, because I needed the extra paper, so I ended up with an extra sticker sheet and I never used it. So I'm going to kind of pull off of here too and see if there's anything else I can find. It's funny how we just take a look and you find all these extra bits that you have and you want to use up. All right. So I'm going to put this down first. Again, this is just kind of eyeballing it. I know I have about 1/8 of an inch all the way around, but that. And I must admit, I do use some liquid adhesive, of course, when I'm assembling cards, but when it comes to laying my panels down, I usually use tape runner or double-sided tape. And the reason is it doesn't warp. Every once in a while when you're working with cards, they'll have a tendency to warp. And I just don't like that. So this way I know it stays nice and flat. Oh my gosh, you guys, I like the way that turned out. Again, these are, who knew? But you stay inside these lines and you get the best darn, look at that. Oh my gosh. How fun is that? I'm envisioning doing some embossing and some white ones for like wedding cards and anniversary cards. Oh my gosh, would they be beautiful? Okay, so now this guy, I'm just going to turn over and I'm going to support it with my hand a little bit. Not really worrying. Just need to get some on there. Oops. Come on. There we go. Don't go off the edge. Oh, and I went off the edge. Got it. Okay. So I'll put this on. Oh, wait a minute. I was trying to decide what to do down here. I have this little piece of, is that too matchy-matchy? Kind of like feeling like it's a little matchy-matchy. What I could do though, because what I did was I put some red line on the back of this. So let me think here a minute. It really matches pretty well though, but I feel like it's just too, all right, I have an idea and I'm going to try it. Let me see here. What if we took, because this is going to go around the back side. So how about if I take my scissors, because it's got red line back there. Get a V here. Might have to go a little bit wider. Okay. Have some more of this. Of course, this is the lovely seam binding ribbon that Tamara sells in all the beautiful colors. I wonder if I can get this, if I fold it in half, if I can get a bow. If I can't, I'm just gonna toss the idea for now, but I'm thinking I might be able to get a cute bow. We'll have to see. Oh gosh. Doesn't seem like it should be Friday already. have went crafting with some friends last weekend. We had a great time. I have to say it was quite enjoyable. And we have, I'm not sure if where all you guys are, if you have Scrapbook Expo anymore that comes to your areas locally where you are, but we're fortunate that we still have it. It's not anything like it used to be, that's for sure. It used to be quite the extravaganza, and it has gotten smaller since COVID and all, but we are still going to go and enjoy ourselves for a few days. And I happen to have a friend who is, oh, there they go. There the dogs go. I happen to have a friend who is turning 40 over that weekend. So we're going to see if we can at least sing happy birthday and enjoy being with her on her 40th birthday. I don't remember what it's like to be 40 anymore. I'm headed towards 60 real quick, so 40 seems like a long time ago. Let's see here. Well, that might do it. We'll see here if I can get it to lay nice. If I can't, oh, my little flower popped up, but that's okay. I'll get that back down too. Oh, I think I'm gonna like it. Okay, so let me do this. Not gonna worry about the flower. That'll be the last thing. I'm gonna pull up my red line if I can get a hold of it. Because heaven knows I'm not gonna, I don't think I'll be able to just pick it off. I should probably use the paper tape instead of red line. I don't know why I thought red line was better. I don't use red line too often anymore. Oh boy, this could be a thing. Oh my gosh, I can't. This is crazy. See if I'm sorry, might be off camera. I'm sure I am. I cannot get that to save my soul. Oh my goodness gracious. Okay. Maybe I can go in where this is lifted a little bit here. Oh my gosh, you guys, this is not going to work. I'm not going to get that to budge. Well, that was fruitless, but I will use it for something else. I thought I was really going to like it too. Maybe I'll just... That's crazy. Should have known better. Didn't even think of it, actually. I know better now. Yep, I'm just going to keep pulling at it. It's not going to do anything here. Let me try and get the other side. I might get lucky. Get the other side to lift. Oh, hold on. I got the other side. Holy cow. What? But now I tied the bow in the middle. Well, I got one side, guys. I'm so sorry. I feel like a schmutz. But this almost looks like it's lifted here. Wonder if I can lift it there. Nope. Doesn't want to lift. Getting ready to call my son's Hannah. She's here. She might be able to lift it. I just can't get it. All right, I'm giving it up. Giving it up. It's not gonna work. I'm so sad though, because I was thinking I was really gonna like it. Okay, giving it up. I'm sorry, you guys. That did not work out how I wanted it to. Lay this down. I will re-glue that once it's on the panel. Sorry, I wasted all that time too. I just was not willing to give it up. Sometimes you just gotta. Okay. Lay this down. There we go. Put my flower back on that popped off. Right in here. So there we go. Okay. And then, let me see here. Maybe I will just do a little piece of trim. Let's see here. Put my pin back in quick. Then I think, or should I just do, I think I'm just going to go flat on with this Joy sticker. Pulling out bits here. Come on. There we go. Oops, nope, still didn't pop out. There we go. I got them stuck all over my fingers. Straight down with my Joy sticker here. Yep. Crying out loud, come on. Okay, and then I think I'll put a little flower on the inside. Take this little guy here. There we go. So there we go. There's another card, just using up our leftover bits. Sorry, I kind of went crazy with the ribbon there for half a minute. I was just determined and it didn't work out so well. So I'll pull these in again. These wonderful templates for our embellishments that we have left over. And obviously our leftover flowers, all that good stuff too. So, and I just am excited. Once again, I got to use up some leftovers and I think they turned out so pretty. This one really, I'm just gonna say, that one, when I finished it, I was like, oh my goodness, I think I want to frame it. So I hope you all have a fantastic holiday, 4th of July, and enjoy your family and friends. And if not, just relax at home and throw a burger on the grill and call it a day. But gosh, and maybe even do a little crafting. Let's all follow along on Country Craft Creations and see what wonderful things all the design team is doing for that blog hop. So take care, everybody. Have a good night, and I hope you look forward to using up some more of your leftover bits and pieces. Have a good one. Thanks. Bye-bye.